Navy Federal will debit ATM fees and credit them back to you. So there's recently been kind of a debacle about this whole thing, but you just have to make sure that if you do have ATM fees, you make sure that they are in fact credited back to you, because since Navy Federal has a limited amount of branches, they do this as a courtesy just to help their members to make sure that they're able to get their money. Like mentioned before, you can get up to $80,000 in unsecured revolving credit cards with Navy Federal. So my methodology to this is, why not get two high limit credit cards of $40K each, so that way I can just use those as decoration, comparable credit, to help get more credit cards and bigger credit cards in the future and on the business side. Because if you have two $40,000 credit cards on your personal credit, the next bank is going to give you comparable credit. Business credit, you can sometimes 5 and 10x that. With business credit, there's some other factors that are involved, but whenever you have higher limit comparable credit on your personal side, they know that you can manage large amounts of money. And that is always a plus. Make sure to not fumble the bag. Do not get any late payments, guys. We can always fix credit utilization, but one thing that we might not ever be able to fix is a late payment. Another great thing that I love about Navy Federal is they don't report you late until you are damn near 60 days late. So there is no excuses, guys. Make sure to have the minimum auto pay set up on all credit cards across the board. Make sure to put those dates into your calendar, put them into a spreadsheet, get organized. Don't fumble the bag this early on, guys, and do not fumble the bag for a $20 or $25 or even $80,000 credit card. It's simply not worth it. You have to walk a fine line with this. Don't get yourself in trouble. We are looking to get millions, not thousands. If you haven't by now, make sure that you've liked the video and that you subscribe to my channel, Credit Coach Nicole Scott. To connect with me more, visit the links in the description below. You can buy crypto with a debit card with Navy Federal. So for those crypto lovers out there, you can certainly take advantage. One thing that I love about Navy Federal is you can actually double dip with you and your spouse. So say, for example, you and your husband or you and your wife or whomever, you are going to Navy Federal. You both get bank accounts. You both get credit cards. Well, guess what? Now you can put each other on your credit cards as authorized users to help get more funding. You can also each qualify for your own funding products, so that way you can get more funding and add more trade lines of higher value to your credit report and to your family's credit report. You can add your children. There are so many things to do, guys. I'm trying to tell you guys, you have to take action. You have to take the time to watch this entire video and learn this information, because this is free to you. You have to take the time and you have to take action. You not taking action is going to be your biggest downfall, because guess what? Get it while the getting is good. The getting is not always going to be good. Things are always changing in the world of credit. So in 5 years from now, Navy Federal might be outdone by another new credit union. We just never know. So that's why it's important in 2024, 2025, 2026 to take action now. One thing that I do love about Navy Federal is you have the ability to freeze and unfreeze your credit cards inside of your app for security reasons. So if you are worried about someone using your credit card, or if you've got things that are on auto pay or whatever the case may be, you don't want them to be charged, you can lock your credit card so no transactions can go through. Now, if you are worried about someone possibly having your credit card, you would probably just want to just flat out. The thing that I like about the lock feature is when I'm going to the store, I can unlock my credit card and it's available for immediate use. Here are the credit cards that Navy Federal offers, and this is on the personal side. We're going to cover the business a little bit later on in this video. Make sure that you are watching this entire video, save it as your favorite, subscribe to the channel. I've got a whole Navy Federal playlist. The green cash rewards card, that is going to be my first pick. So if you are new to Navy Federal or you haven't quite got any Navy Federal credit cards yet, my recommendation to you would be to start with this green cash rewards card. This green cash rewards card, I cannot tell you how many people I have helped get this card and how many high limits I have gotten people. They were in tears because they're like, this is the highest limit I have ever gotten in my entire life. And that is life changing, because what we're going to use these for are, basically the stepping stone to other opportunities that will give us comparable credit, if not higher credit. These are the doors that we need to open. We're not going to use and abuse these credit cards. We're going to use them as decoration so we can build our credit profile to be strong. We can build it to be a 700-800 credit score. In the next 2 years, you can be at an 800 credit score. You can leverage that on the business side. Now, it takes time to build credit. I get it, right? But one thing about Navy Federal is they will give you these things even if you have less than fair credit, just based on your relationship. There are a few welcome bonuses that are really awesome right now. So we've got the green cash rewards card. They're giving $300 cash back when you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days of opening the account. And you get a one-time $98 statement credit when you pay $49 or more for an annual Walmart Plus membership. Man, that's a great welcome bonus. And if you don't have Walmart Plus, you definitely should get it because it makes my life so much easier. I used to spend so much time having to go to Walmart, and when you are a busy entrepreneur and you are busy creating multiple streams of income, sometimes you have to delegate other tasks that are time consuming out, and this is a great way to do that. Next on the list here, we have the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card. Not my favorite card. Backstory: this was the first card that I applied for when I first got with Navy Federal. And of course, that was like me just not being educated. I was not educated. I was literally just shooting in the dark, just taking I'll apply for that. You have to be educated, because I applied for this card and I was approved for $500. So I have seen a few people get approved for higher limits, but it's not necessarily going to be a high limit credit card that I would recommend getting as your first credit card with Navy Federal. So again, I started with $500. To date, that card is like $1,500. So again, not that much, but I made the mistake of getting 3 credit cards with Navy Federal instead of 2. And that's why I would recommend just getting 2, because you're going to max out at 80,000. So I have one card that's at 40K and one card that's at 38.5, and then another one that's at 15. But of course, this American Express card. But the great thing about the American Express card was it got me into the American Express system as an American Express member. So when I applied for all my business American Express cards, which I got approved for 5 just about a year after, when I looked at my cards on American Express, it said that I had been a member ever since I got this American Express branded card with Navy Federal. So that was cool, and that definitely helped build up my relationship, or actually get my data into American Express. It doesn't necessarily help the relationship with American Express, but it gets your data into their system. And that's when you officially become, a member with American Express, because it's, it just has their logo on it, essentially. It does have a welcome bonus, but again, not the best. So not something that I would necessarily recommend as the first card, maybe the second card. Or if you did want to get 3 cards, you say you're like, I don't want 40K. I'd rather have 3 credit cards that are like, 25, 30, whatever. That's fine as well. It's up to you, whatever you feel is going to be best for you. Now, my number one card that I love so much at Navy Federal is their Visa flagship rewards card. This is a signature card, guys. And let me tell you, I love this card. This is the official black card. You can earn 4 times the bonus points when you spend $3,500 within 90 days of opening the account. Plus, you get a year of Amazon Prime for free. Now, you do get an annual fee with this card, which is $49. But the great thing is it'll allow you to earn 3 times the points for every dollar that you spend on travel, personal and 2 times the points for everything else. So you can really leverage this pretty much everywhere you go. And it is a signature card. So I definitely would recommend the flagship card. And this card actually goes up to an $80,000 approval. Okay. So if you already have pretty good credit and you're like, hey, I got a good relationship with Navy Federal and I have good credit, I would go after the flagship. Okay. Try to go after that 80K, man. Get it. Just do it. Just do it. Because imagine what that's going to help you do with like Chase, or some of these other credit unions that have a really competitive, market that they're in, especially Chase right now. Chase is they are growing and they want to give you money. Okay? But we got to build up right. We got to use Navy Federal to build up. We've got the Go Rewards card. It's a decent card, pretty good. Not something that I would pick necessarily, but it is a good card. I would go after the flagship or the green cash rewards or the platinum card. Right now, the platinum has a welcome offer that if you transfer a balance within 60 days of opening an account, you can save with a low APR for 12 months. Now, balance transfers are different than, say, a cash advance. Okay, you have to understand the difference because you are charged differently. So if you do what's called the cash advance, that is not going to qualify you for that low APR for the first 12 months. So I would not necessarily recommend cash advances necessarily because they are a very high interest rate. So if you are going to need actual cash right away, and you don't have time to pull it off of a prepaid debit card and do all the other stuff that comes along with it, my best bet, like I said before, is head over to lightstream.com and apply for a personal loan. That's a gem for you right there. Now, Navy Federal also offers the In Rewards secured credit card, which does graduate. So if you go to Navy Federal's website, you can pre-qualify for a credit card at with no hard pull, right? So for example, if Navy Federal says, oh, you qualify for all of these cards, then you would just need to pick the one that you want to go with. That's going to be the soft pull. The soft pull is not necessarily going to tell you which card you are going to be approved for. You won't know that until you actually accept the offer. So you might say, or you go forward and they hard pull you. So you might pre-qualify for all of the cards, right? And then you select the green cash rewards card to move forward with. After they process your hard credit pull, they might say, oh, sorry, you don't qualify for the green cash rewards card, but we can offer you the In Rewards card. Take it. Okay. The In Rewards card is their secured credit card, but the great thing about it is it helps you build credit and you can apply for more credit cards in the future. This is also going to graduate, so you're going to get your deposit back and you can load this card up to $5,000. The minimum is $200. Why? Because we want to raise the bar. So when they do graduate us, we want them to raise our limit. You can definitely leverage this to your advantage, because say you're like, well, I haven't really been with Navy Federal that long, so I don't really have an established relationship. I'll just, kind of get my foot in the door by getting this card, and hopefully in 6 months it'll graduate. It can take up to 12 months, but it can be as soon as just a few months. Again, spend, pay. Use this card as if it's your debit card and pay it multiple times a week. They love that. The spend, pay. Very frequent payments and, small transactions that are not too alarming. Okay. Next, we have on the business side, the Go Business Rewards card. And this credit card is going to require that you have a business bank account with them. In order to have a business bank account, you do have to have a personal bank account. So you have to be a member on the personal side in order to even have a business bank account with Navy Federal and even apply for their business credit products. This here is a great business credit card. They typically give pretty high limits. I have seen them kind of stricten up a little bit lately. I had a few people that I've spoken with in the past that said that after they put in their business application, they did require tax returns. Okay, so that is something new, but just be prepared for that, especially if you are a business that has been around for less than 2 years or less than 3 years, because a lot of banks, if you are less than 2 years old, you are a risk. Okay. If you are over 2 but under 5, you are still new. So that's still kind of on that fine line. After 5, you're pretty good. So your history has a lot to do with it, unfortunately, because of the fact that new businesses are just such a high risk, and banks oftentimes will have to be very careful. And that's why they're asking for the tax returns to make sure that you are a profitable business. Now, they only got approved for $500 and they were still asking for business tax returns. So that just goes to show that they are starting to tighten up on their, no doc approvals, because of the fact that they really have to make sure that they're giving these credit cards to real business owners that have a legitimate, cash flowing business. Okay, that's profitable. Now, here's the great thing is it doesn't report to your personal credit, and there is no annual fee. Not the best for rewards. You get 1 point on every dollar that you spend, and the interest rate is, not the best either. So it's a great start to your process. And that's why I say start with Navy Federal. Navy Federal is just going to help open up the doors for other financial institutions because they are the #1 credit union.